Good afternoon, lovelies of YouTube land. How are you all doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Songs from the RWR Room, dedicated to singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. You are watching episode 43 of my little live stream series here. It's called Raving with RWR, and I hope you're all doing fine and well on this lovely sunny day. Well, it's sunny in Belgium anyway. I don't know where you are. Let us know if you're watching live, where you're watching from, and we'll stick a comment up there in the comment section. As always, please hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube right now and click the little notification bell and you won't miss a thing. That's how it goes. If you'd like to donate in any way or help out the channel financially, please have a look at my virtual tip jar down there. Also in the links below, my PayPal is open there for anybody who wishes to do so. Of course, you can also, as always, go to therwrroom.com and all of the playlists are linked. The channel playlists are linked there, and of course the shop is as well if you want to have a look and maybe get yourself a mug or a t-shirt or a tote bag, etc, etc. That is all in the shop. As always, today's stream brought to us courtesy of the great people of G-Sharp Guitars, the world's finest travel electric guitars, Norwegian invented guitars, and the company is now in Kansas in America. Check them out as well, please, in the link. So we have a few live viewers, I see, which is great. Hello everybody that is watching live, and hello as well if you're watching the playback, of course. This is going out to YouTube as well. If anyone's watching on on Facebook as well, if anybody's watching there, feel free to share this out on the Facebook page. My guest today is over in Antwerp. She's a wonderful singer-songwriter. I had the pleasure of hearing her live many times, and her name is Fiona Brown. And all going to plan, she should be over there waiting for us. She is.
Yay.
Hi, Fiona. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
It's great. I'm very fine. Great to see you. Is it? You're in Antwerp. It looks like it's a sunny day there as well. If
Yes.
window is anything to go by, same here. It's
quite warm.
it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Sunshiny day. I want to put your website, boom, on screen as well for people. Anybody who'd like to check out more Fiona Brown. Fiona-Brown.com. So yeah, you're caught up in the coronavirus like everyone else in the world at the moment. We'll get that stuff out of the way first. How's that affecting you? Is it a more productive, or is it less productive, or how are you finding all this craziness?
Definitely more productive. I don't think I've ever been as this productive in my life, to be honest. The isolation is I don't know, it's exactly what I needed, because I'd been trying to write, and which I have been writing, but
Yes.
I've been trying to get this certain focus, and this not being able to socialize and talk to people really gave me the focus I needed to get on with it.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing too,
yeah.
isn't it? How it can happen. A lot of people are gardening or doing house renovations, and songwriters tend
Yeah.
to either kind of, some of the people I've been speaking to really became busy during this period. Some of them really kind of pulled back from the whole thing. I went, no, I'm not getting caught up in this live stream thing. I'm not even writing songs. I just need time to reflect, which is not a bad thing. I think it's good sometimes
Yes.
that we can stand back from it as well. Do you agree or disagree with that?
No, I think well, it seems as if most of the people have been reflecting in some way or another, and for some, I think it's a good thing. I notice some people get bored, but which, as an artist, you never get bored. You never have enough time to do what you want to do. So, well, I think generally speaking, that's I can say
Yeah,
that
but you're
about artists, but yeah.
and I think probably for yourself as well. You've always been very busy. You may not always be on the road. I mean, but you're always busy. I mean, apart from being a full-time mum and wife and all the stuff that goes around that.
Yes, of
But you're
course.
always busy. I mean, you're busy. You're constantly busy
Yeah.
with the writing and the work.
Yes.
And that's something I know about you from a personal level, that you never let the moss grow on the rolling stone, as we say. I think,
No.
yeah, well, that's
No,
stuff
that's
people
true.
don't see that sometimes in the background. That musicians are always busy bees in the background
Yeah.
doing
Well,
doing doing stuff.
it takes a lot of time to to write. For me, it does. Some people can do things very quickly and efficiently.
Yeah. Well,
But
talk us through a little bit about that process for you and how it kind of goes. Do you need to take a lot of notes? Are you someone that kind of needs to sit down with an instrument and write there and then, or are you kind of constantly looking for the little snippets as you move through life?
I think it's a process that has changed. So for the EP that you'll probably play maybe a song or two.
Absolutely.
It was definitely like sitting down with my guitar and sort of writing the songs.
Yeah.
And then when the songs were written, I would sit down and try to arrange them and work on that, and then try and find the sound I was looking for. Whereas I've moved away from that a little bit, and because I get bored easily. So I got bored of writing songs like the typical sort of singer-songwriter songs. Whereas, I mean, not the typical songs, but the typical way of writing them, where you sit with your guitar and write the song and focus on the lyrics and stuff. And I changed, I think, from I tried to focus on it. It actually started with staff giving me a copy of Ableton, and so I changed my music production program.
Yes.
So I went from Pro Tools to Ableton, and I discovered all these wonderful sounds in Ableton and all these wonderful settings, and that sort of gave me a new creative input, where I started writing from sound instead of writing from a song.
I see. Well, we're speaking of staff. I mean, we should give them a plug here. Stiff Studio.
Yes.
You were married to the great Staff from
I
Stiff
am
Studio,
the lucky
wonderful
wife.
record producer. Yeah, amazing. And he runs a great studio. Anybody who knows Stiff Studio in Antwerp will know that. So that's the studio link, folks. If anybody would like it, please check out stiffstudio.com. I suppose just we'll stay with Staff briefly. I mean, not only is he a record engineer, but he's a great producer, right? And he teaches all this digital workstation stuff as well, right? He runs courses. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
He teaches audio engineering, and he everything, I think, within the sound engineer. And then
world.
That's the recording, mixing, and he's also like now focusing on like soundscape. I have to think not to say the wrong stuff here.
That's all right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The main thing is
he's very, very good at what he does.
He is very, very good at what he does. That's in a nutshell, correct?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to get at. And for people to go and check out the studio because it's really great. He does great work. But,
yes.
Let's play a song. Let's play your first single. Tell us a little bit about the song Wisdom.
Yes, I think it's one of the first songs. So this is like the chorus usually comes to me, or used to usually come to me when I was on the bike. So I'd be like cycling around, and I would have this tune going on and on in my head.
Yeah.
And this is how Wisdom was created. I just sort of had the chorus in my head, and went from there. And it's really, for me, I think the lyrics is about finding stillness or sort of peace in music. There really is, for me, music is my meditation. I'm a very emotional, chaotic person, and like there's always a storm in my head. And but when I work on music, that's sort of when I calm down and when I forget everything around me. So Wisdom is basically dedicated to the fantastic effects of writing music for me.
Very, very nice, and of course the video.
A little bit of love in there.
and and
Of course.
stitched together with with lots of love.
Well, we need the
Yeah,
love.
we do. We need the love. The video is fantastic. All your videos that I'm going to play today are so well produced. They're all really well made. And yeah, do you want to mention anybody in this particular video? I know. Let me see.
Well,
Produced
I think
by
this is
staff and yourself. Yeah.
yeah, I think this is just a still. In fact, so there's
These
no
ones are stills. Yes.
there's no video in this one, but this is nice because this is a cover of the EP, and the photograph was shot by Koen Bruinings, which I think you'll find in the YouTube video. He did a great job on the artwork. I think I was really happy with that. At that time, it was exactly what I was looking for. So
yeah,
yeah.
It's brilliant. We'll give it a play, folks. This is Fiona Brown, and it's a song called "Wisdom" from your first EP. Is that what you said, Fiona? Your first single,
and it's my very first single.
Amazing, great song, folks. Fiona Brown. I will see you in a couple of minutes for more chat.
To these wasted lands, polluted to the bone. My flesh is raw and my dry skin represents my ongoing sins. I will fall to touch the ground and share with you my thoughts. Sight is clearer than before, pureness it has brought. Let wisdom be a humble entertainer. My shadow, my focus of attention. Let wisdom be my seed, endless contemplation. Let it stupefy, enlighten me, chill me to the bone. I quench my thirst on your desire to be a little less. Running low, but you won't be less than second best. If you plan to be afraid, just drink a little more. Drowning, you might swim ashore. We've spoken once before. Let wisdom be as wisdom is, a humble entertainer. The music of my shadow, my focus of attention. Let wisdom be my seed of endless contemplation. Let it stupefy, enlighten me, chill me to the bone. The long right way, you won't be strong when you ought to be giving your chin up high. Begin all life is try. It's free, no work, no pay. Believe you're here to play. I belong no more or less to the mercy of my love. Never tried to second guess the freedom I have won. I'll be your babe, I'll be your slave. Know how to love you best. Time has just begun, my friend. We'll be here till the end. Let wisdom be as wisdom is, a humble entertainer. The music of my shadow, the focus of attention. Let wisdom be my seed of endless contemplation. Let it stupefy, enlighten me, chill me to the bone.
Wisdom, great track, but you knew that already. I had you muted there as well. It's just, you can't. Sorry, you can't get the staff, Fiona. I'm sorry, I had you on mute. It's okay.
Oh,
you're
right,
back
no,
now. You're back now. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I had nothing to say.
Just agree with me. It was wonderful. I have to say hi. We have a lovely comment there from Izzy McCormick. Hi, Dahi. Never heard Fiona before, but love the song. I think Izzy's in Ireland. Thanks for tuning in, Izzy. Lovely comment.
Thank
Great,
you.
great that you are here. And a man called Gerard van Menksel. Hi, Fiona. Hi,
Yes.
Gerard.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Thank you
Tuned
for
in.
tuning in.
And anybody else who'd like to join us, please feel free there, folks. Stick a comment in there, and if it's nice, I'll put it on screen. That's how it goes. Have to be nice. Have to be nice. So tell us this. I always ask the artist where it all kind of began, where the initial sort of interest in music first, and then in songwriting came from. Was it a family music in the family? Was it something else? You know, that kind of kick-started you into this is something I can do or something I can love.
Wow. I think, well, from my mother's side, there was some interest in music, but I don't have any musicians in the family. So I was quite late to start.
Okay.
There was like more of a classical interest when I was younger. And then my mother suggested, I would go to the conservatory. And I was like, why on earth would you want to study music full time? And, so life went on as a child, and I grew up. And then when I was around 19, I started studying. And I realized I couldn't really find my bearings and just sort of, I was completely lost. And then I started singing, and which I'd obviously done all my life, but you sort of don't think of it as, I'd never done it in front of an audience or anything. It was just something I would go out into the field and try to sing like Whitney Houston, which I couldn't, but and so then I discovered, I joined some courses and here and there, and then suddenly I discovered that I could actually sing, and I realized this is what I've been looking for and what I want to do for the rest of my life. So then I couldn't imagine a life without singing all of the time. And so I studied and studied. And then a few years after, I went to the conservatory in Rotterdam and finished the education, got a bachelor degree in singing. And and then, after that, I think after a few years, you go through things and you realize it's like every step you take, there's more to see, but you can't sort of see the end because you've only taken the first step. So of course, because there was a lot of music in the house, but not the kind of music that I was into. So I wasn't really introduced to music only later on. So I it took me a while to discover what it was I wanted to do. And then, while in school, I did start writing songs, and we actually went sort of into this, it's like the Humo's Rock Rally, but then the Dutch version, because I studied in Rotterdam. And
I see.
So that was, I think, the beginning. But it was only later on when I really discovered that I had my own story to tell, not just through songwriting, but also through sort of wanting to arrange the songs and really do something with it, sort of thing.
And of course, so then songwriting came a bit later on in your life, as you said. And what about the whole production end of things? Now that you're living in a great studio there, do you get into that in a very deep way, Fiona? Do you really kind of go in and kind of nitpick and are you part of the process, is what I'm trying to say, of creating the end result of your own sound, if it's like in the studio? It's something that you're very much involved in.
Well, yes and no. I'm very lazy because I have a husband who knows how to do everything. So I can't be bothered to know everything about, like, I have no idea. He's explained to me twice how compression works, and I can't seem to remember.
I'm still trying to work that out. It's okay. It's all right.
It's supposed to be quite difficult if you really want to know. But anyway, so but because of him, at the same time, he's taught me how to listen to things and to listen for things, and so I've also become very critical of production
Oh yeah.
productions in general. So I guess I do have a very clear view of what I want stuff to sound like, and so we work together, and I usually create sort of basic sound, and which sort of tells him that, like, where to go.
Kind of which direction that you're kind of thinking about, within the
Yes.
soundscape, I suppose, of what you're doing. Do you think you're,
Yes.
and do you think, I mean, I suppose what you don't want sometimes is to become, how would I say it, sound dependent. I mean, you still want to go out there, right, with your guitar, acoustic or electric, and create. Well, last time I saw you were doing it very well. Actually, you use a lot of pedals, and you do create an ambient sound, even when you play solo. I've seen you so many times, of course, acoustic with just your guitar, and then, as you said later on, you kind of moved into the whole, how do you call it, soundscaping? Is
Yes.
that the right way to explain it? Do you find that's where you really want to be now, or do you still sometimes go out with the acoustic guitar and feel this is somehow freer, or are you much more?
To me, that's not my. But like, I mean, the album I'm working on now, I would like to actually be able to go on stage and play it the way I'm recording it now, and
Would
the
you?
way
Okay.
I'm. Yeah, so that wouldn't be just me and my guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if the song is good enough, you can play it either with a guitar or with a whole band. It doesn't make a difference. To me, it doesn't make a difference. And I think it's quite nice. And I love, like, other artists that have this amazing album, and then they go on stage and they change the arrangement, or they change the song, and I love that, because it sort of,
So do
I don't want to hear a copy of the album. So, it's
Absolutely.
I think it's nice to be able to change arrangements of songs,
Yeah.
well, as many times as you want, really, because if you can still deliver the essence of the song, that's what it's about for me. But
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I was just wondering, was it it's a place you feel comfortable in? I mean, working with the pedals and getting the soundscapes going on. I mean, to me, that's kind of rocket science to me. I don't know. It's a
it's rocket
I would
science to
find
me
it,
as well.
Yeah, I'd find it. It takes a lot of learning. Yeah, of course, but I admire people who can do it, because it's really, you're trying to focus on the performance as well as every so often hit the right pedal for the right sound and stuff. So it seems a bit like a daunting task. But you're comfortable in that zone. I mean, you come across, I mean, as being.
I'm quite comfortable. I like to live on, well, like, especially on stage, I like to meet the edge of what I can do, which means that sometimes something might go wrong or not, or depending on.
Yes.
But I like to grow constantly. So for me, it's important to
Yeah, to as you said, to grow within the gig. Do you find that every gig has a slightly different sound or tone? Then it wouldn't be exactly kind of a set thing, or to a certain extent, maybe.
Yes, like, I like to improvise on stage as well, within limits of what I can do, because like, I'm not, I mean, I do a lot of things that I'm not an expert in, but I think in the end, as we said, it's important for, like, the song to come across, so you don't have to be an expert at everything to sort of play, and I like people who just sort of do what they do without. It's a sort of click I had to make. Like, I was studying, and then when you're at the conservatory, not everything, but there's a big focus on technique. So you want to be really, really good at what you do, and which is great, because that's the place, where you perfect what you're doing. But it also took me a while to step away from that, and to realize that for me, music is definitely not about technique. So I kind of, and now I try to sort of meet in the middle, where, I'm not really fussed about being a perfect guitar player. I don't have the patience to play every day, and because I might be in the zone of momentarily I'm playing keyboards. So actually I'm sort of playing the one note and then drawing and
Wow.
doing that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
which in the end is great as well. So it's I don't know. Am I making any sense? Because I feel like
you absolutely are. You are. I mean, especially people who, I recently asked these questions, that I know there are a lot of guitar heads and tech heads who kind of hone into that kind of a vibe in these situations, and are interested in as I am. But it can be very nice to talk a little bit about the technical stuff. It might be boring for some people, but I was fascinated by it, especially watching you live. The last show I saw you doing, I think it was in Café de Loge, and you had the pedal thing going on. It was like, oh my God, how's she even known where to step? I was fascinated by it.
Yes.
That
that was a challenge, to be honest.
Was it? You may have just been starting with them as well, if memory serves. It might have been one of the early gigs where you were.
Very first gig with that setup. So yeah.
All right.
True.
Well, there is a live song here. You're performing Demons here live, and I think I actually played in this. It looks like an Antwerp.
You did actually. I came to see you.
You were at the show, yeah. It was
I was there.
Ava Rovera and I think were
it was
in
nice.
this very room. I can't remember the name of the room. Do you remember
it's
the name of the
Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster, indeed.
Yeah.
And you're playing this live here, and it's gorgeous. So let's give this a play. For everybody who might be watching from the Antwerp area, who knows this great venue. Great Fiona Brown song called Demons, folks. Enjoy it, and I'll see you again in a few minutes.
Feed them with feed them with anger, leave them alone. How can you love me when you know that it's true? When you know I'm a demon, I'm nothing like you. How can you love me? You must understand. There's something about me, you know who I am. How can you love me when you know that it's true? When you know I am a demon, I'm nothing like you. How can you love me? You must understand. There's something about me, you know who I am.
That was Demons. Yes. Wow. Amazing. Do you feed them or leave them alone, Fiona? That's the question. That is the...
Personal question.
I'll unmute you there as well, yes. So keep doing that. I was just going to say, do you feed them or leave them alone? That is the $1 million question, isn't it?
Yes, it
With
is,
demons.
isn't it? Yes.
No, do you feed them with anger or leave them alone? That's the line, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. We have to
Yeah.
sometimes we have to leave them alone. That's right. Sometimes. We all have them. We all do.
Yes.
Do you ever co-write with other people? Or have you tried that, or is it something that you'd consider doing at a later stage? Or how do you feel about that?
We have a project called Mojak, which is a co-writing project. I don't write the lyrics. That's Fred Manhout. He's
I have their Facebook page here actually.
you do, don't you?
Yes, Mojak,
Yes.
Mojak Music. Okay.
Yes. And this is a project with staff and myself and Fred and Marijke.
Great.
And this is actually how I met staff, because they were looking for a singer. And
Oh, was it? That's romantic.
so yeah, it's
Yeah, and the rest to do is history.
well, exactly.
Mm.
But and I really enjoy that. It's a studio project, and we just love getting into the studio, and we release a single every now and then, and it's
Wonderful.
it's lovely to work on the songs, but it's also great fun for us to be together because we're also all friends. So
Is that a
it's sort of
Flemish or Dutch project? It's a Belgian?
it's
Is
a,
it a
it's
Belgian?
the music is in English, but I
Yeah,
mean the
the-
lyrics are in English, but
Oh,
it's
you
a
know, the people
Flemish
involved,
project.
it's
Yeah.
a Flemish
Yes,
project.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes,
wasn't sure
yeah.
if it was a Dutch one
Yeah.
or a Flemish one. Okay,
No.
but you write and sing in English.
Yes.
On Mojak Music. Okay. Don't have a track
Yes.
from them, but people can check all of the links
Yeah.
out there on Mojak Music on the Facebook there, folks. Please go and check that out. And is that, like you said, it's kind of just a part-time bit of a fun project? It's only studio based.
It's only studio based, and yes, mainly.
It's mainly because it's kind of electronic based, or you just haven't gone on the road with it.
We just haven't gone on the road with
I
it
see.
because we're all very busy with other projects. And so, if we were to have a hit single and people would say, oh, please come and play it, we would. But
Yeah.
it just hasn't really. We've done one show, which is, how Staff and I actually got, met. But sort of working towards that show. And that's why they were looking for a singer as well.
Brilliant.
But and that was in Canada, so that was quite cool. But
That was in Canada.
yes,
Of all places. Oh,
I
wow.
know.
Even,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but so yes, so that is nice. But I've noticed. So I have been sort of trying to co-write with, but I don't know if I can or not. I haven't really discovered if I can or if it's how. I've
Yeah.
been sort of, you know, tasting a bit and then stepping back, and I think there's too much I still want to say for myself that sort of prevents
I
me
understand that. Yeah.
from. So I would love to do that probably in future,
It's quite a
but
personal
not.
thing, of course, songwriting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes you find it can become a little bit diluted, maybe, once you start co-writing. Any experience I've had in co-writing, I mean, you need to be lucky with your co-writer as well. I think you need, you know, somebody, I think, who's not afraid to say, you know, no, I don't like that, or, you know, these co-writers who agree to everything tend not to work for me. I don't know, but yeah, it's a very personal thing, and
I think you also need to be very clear on what you like and don't like. So like if you listen to something, you would have to, like, on the spot be, oh, I like that or not, or and I'm not like that. So that sort of gets in the way as well, because I can see what you mean, but
yeah, but you're a perfectionist, I
yeah,
think, yeah,
yeah,
very much so. Not only in music.
no,
It's okay. You're allowed to say that. It's all right.
well,
Yeah, but that's
you know,
just who
we
we
are
are,
who
who
we
you
are.
are. We are who we are. Correct. And right.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's okay. Um, so would you say, you know, so it must be difficult then if you're in a studio situation, especially if you're working on your own material and to let stuff go. I mean, do you find yourself constantly kind of picking and with your own tracks musically, or do you do it with lyrics as well, or is it mainly to do with
No,
the
it takes
production?
me for no, well, everything. It takes me
Yeah.
forever to finish something. But I do know when I'm content. It's not like I'm never happy with what
Yeah.
I do. I can like listen to, I finished one song for the album, and I listen to it and I'm like, oh wow, this is so cool. So I can be really happy with what
Yeah,
I
you
do,
know.
but it takes me a long time to be content and to get there. So yeah.
Well, this is why your music turns out so well, perhaps. You know, you put a lot of care and attention and detail into it. You know, does it drive staff mad, or is he
No,
cool with it now?
he's the same. So
He's the
um,
same, very
yeah,
perfectionist. Yeah.
yes. Well, yes, but the the hard process is the one I do by myself, and then actually that's not true. No, yeah, it does drive him mad sometimes.
Yeah, I
to be
can
honest.
imagine that's how it goes. But
Yes.
you know, when you run a studio, professional high end studio, stuff is going to drive you mad. There's no way around it. He deals
Yes,
with
and
all
he's
kinds of musicians, all kind of personalities, all the time, constantly. So,
yes, and
really,
he's a very gentle,
thick-skinned.
patient person, so
Yeah,
he can deal with it. He's
absolutely.
he's used to, you know, divas and
Divas and hivas.
and
Yeah,
difficult musicians and
yeah,
writers,
I know
and
that. I know the
so
feeling.
he can deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be a certain character
Yes.
to run a studio and
Yes.
be a producer. Yeah, absolutely. Which song will I play next? Colors or Speak My Mind? Choose.
Me.
Yeah, go on, choose. Second
don't
last
know.
song in the interview.
Second last song.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna play both, but what will we play now?
You play both. Right. Okay.
We're gonna play both for sure.
Let's go with Speak My Mind then.
Let's go through my mind.
Oh,
And
actually, I would like to say something about the last video, because you
please
never
do.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
But,
please do. I'm gonna load up Speak My Mind while you're doing that. Yeah.
yeah. It's the guitarist by my side is Neil Fraser, and I am very proud to play with him, and we've done a set of gigs together, and
Neil Fraser is from the band
Tinder Sticks.
Tender Sticks. That's right.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And we met by accident, and we sort of got to playing together, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to play with him. So it's very important.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I should have said something
lovely.
sooner, but I sort of assumed that it would come up.
And it
but,
slipped my mind to
yes.
ask you as well. For a moment, I thought it was Steph, and I was like, no, that's not, and I wasn't sure. So I'm glad you mentioned
Yes.
that. Did you do an opening tour for those guys, an opening gig for Tender Sticks as well with your
I
own
did.
band?
I did an opening gig for Stuart Staples for his solo project in France, in Lyon, which was absolutely fantastic. I have to say, it was like such an experience to be there, and it was this beautiful church cathedral. So, I mean, the setting itself was wonderful. And then last year, I also did the opening for Tinder Sticks at the OLT.
Beautiful.
And that was just me by myself, so that was challenging.
Wow,
And
scary enough.
this is the set that you saw, which I was doing the tryouts for. But it was quite wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing experience. And do you find you get more nervous? Sometimes I find myself being more nervous for smaller gigs than bigger ones. I don't know how you feel about. Does the size affect your the performance or your head or heart? You know, when you're going out there.
It depends. The OLT, I hadn't been that nervous in since my graduation from the conservatory.
Really?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I was a wreck. But that's also because I stepped outside of my comfort zone and did lots of stuff that I hadn't really done before. So I was regretting it the minute before I went on stage.
What did I do? What have I done? Yeah.
But
okay.
it turned out fine. So so I was quite nervous. But usually I get less nervous with a bigger stage as well. And the most nervous I get is when I know people in the audience. I hate seeing.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what are they going to say? And then you start thinking about it, and it's difficult. Yeah.
It sure is.
It really depends on the situation. But you probably have the same.
It does depend on the situation. We're going to play "Speak My Mind." What would you like to say about this song, or if anything?
This is me being happy and cynical at the same time, which is something I really like to do in my songs, be sort of a bit cynical and next to the general message. And this is about finally being able to write the stuff I wanted to, because it took me a few years to find my voice, literally within like writing the songs and finding a sound, and which I'd never been able to before. So Speak My Mind is me sort of being happy about writing.
Yeah, I can understand how difficult that can be sometimes.
Yes.
But it's a great song. Let's have a listen. Fiona Brown,
All right.
folks. It's called "Speak My Mind." Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going to say it's the video is shot by Peter Deckers, who is the guitarist of Fixkes, and I just thought I'd mention him. It's in the video as well, but I was happy with him.
No, it's good to give him a shout out.
Yes.
Absolutely good to give him a shout out. Gorgeous song. See you in a few minutes, folks. The great Fiona Brown, "Speak My Mind."
Thank you.
Shake my senses. I know it's my time to break through the fences, to put things right. I follow my dreams, keeping me up at night. We never go far from the safe house we know. We sit in the yard, thinking of where we should go. Goodbye, it's time to clear my mind. at night. Goodbye, it's time to clear my mind. Follow my dream. I speak my mind. Sunday's the time when we confess to our past. Rest of the week, you've all been living with us. Switch the TV on, get down on your knees. I guess I'll sneak out the door. There's somewhere I need to be. Goodbye, it's time to clear my mind. Follow my dream. I speak my mind.
Wow, what a great track. Oop, that's not the view I want. What a great track. You looked very happy coming off that stage there, Fiona.
Yes.
What gig was that? That was amazing.
I was trying to. I think it's a new track. I'm not sure. I was opening for Dan. I opened for his tour in the Netherlands, and I think it
That's
was
like an
there.
amazing gig.
I'm not entirely sure. It was really nice, and so I was happy. It was done.
Yeah.
I also think it was the day before I got married, and so it was like a really fun night.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot to take in a couple of days.
Yes.
Wow. Opening for Dan and getting married the next day. Okay.
Yes.
Not many
I think
people can
so.
say they did that.
No. I think we
No.
got home quite late, and it was a short night, but it was fun. Yeah.
Lord. Tell us this: when the dust settles and all this virus has left us, and we're back in the real world again, what are your immediate plans regarding releases or gigs or anything like that, or do you have any set plans as yet?
Right. Yeah. So I think. Well, for now, I'm just going to finish my album. I'm sort of at the end of. I'm almost finished. I think. I always say.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was finished a year ago, almost, because I'd written all the songs, and and then I ended up just throwing them all out, and
All of them? What do you mean by throwing
think
them all
so,
out?
yes.
You just kind of scrapped all the productions, or you scrapped all?
No,
the
I scrapped all the
songs?
songs. Well,
Really?
Half and half. I was halfway into production, then realizing it's not really where I wanted to go, and then.
Right.
But my mind doesn't really work in a sort of straight line, so it's more of intuitive, and I start doing something else, and it's only usually after when I realize, oh, it just wasn't what I was meant to do, or so it's very hard for me to predict when it will be done. But I think I'm almost there. I know there's like 5 or 6 songs finished already, so it's
Great.
We should be all right.
Yeah,
and I'm still happy with them. So yeah,
that's great. Good sign.
Yes.
Are you aiming for a full album or an EP?
Yes.
Is it a full?
Yes. Yeah.
Full on.
I have the song for the full album, but I'm still arranging But it's really taking form, and I like the stuff that I'm writing about, because I used to always write about me, whereas that has changed a little bit, and I seem to be able to write about other things more as well, and that kind of makes, it's nice, because there's only so much you can say about yourself. I mean, you can say, oh, I'm happy I've done this, and I used to be sad, and I used, I have all these demons and blah blah. And at some point or another, it's like, okay, and this is something I struggled with for a while as well, where I kind of felt I don't really have anything to say. So how am I going to write more songs if, I don't know what to write about? And then when I sort of do it very cognitively, it's like think of a subject and start writing. It doesn't really work. I mean, I can write the song, but I don't feel like, oh wow, this is it, sort of thing. So I had to shift. This is why I went into the sort of writing from sound, and then it's like it comes more from an intuitive place. Yeah, I think. Then
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And if when the day comes, and you're ready to go, in what shape or form will the live show take? I mean, will it be a full band? If so,
I hope so.
What will the band look like? Do you know who will be in the band already, or will that be decided at a later time?
No. This is no.
Just see how it goes, and
let me just finish the recordings and the songs and play the music, and we're not there yet. So.
Yeah, you're not sure. So it could even be you and your pedals and solo.
No. It's very much
that show.
No, I very much changed from the whole acoustic element has sort of disappeared, almost. So there's a lot of synths in there, and a lot of electronic drums, and
wow.
So there's.
And can you trigger them from stage, or you reckon it'll be somebody playing all those parts, possibly?
I'd like sort of hybrid thing where I don't like it when everything comes out of the box. So I would like to be able to combine the two, but I haven't really thought about that yet.
For the guitar geeks watching, have you one main electric guitar that you would use, or do you like to work with several?
No, I usually I play on a Gretsch. It's very standard. I haven't even changed any pickups or anything. I kind of I think, I want to, and then I end up not doing it. So I'm a very lazy guitar player.
Do you know the model of the Gretsch by any chance?
Sunburst.
It's red.
I know. It's
no, it's Sunburst.
Electromatic something. It's a very basic model.
Yeah.
And my acoustic guitar is a Washburn, and that I really, that's my sort of writing guitar. I really love that. That's
it's a sweet
that's
machine.
That's
I've
my
played
little
your
friend.
Washburn,
I have
lovely.
to say that. Yes, and
too.
I use for the guitar geeks. We have a Diamond vintage pickup in there, which sounds really nice as well. So, but it's to be honest, it's staff who gives me tells me you should try this or try this, and then I'll go, nah, don't like that, or and this is sort of how it works, and most of the time. And I now play through a Silvertone, which is I love it. It's absolutely my favorite amp. It has a silky, soft sound. It's like a Silvertone. It's a bass amp, but it's sort of the one that Jack White uses, but then the bass version, like the smaller version.
Wow. So it's actually a bass amp.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Well, it sounds great. It's actually what was used on the EP as well. So
wonderful.
We went into a recording studio for like 5 days, I think, and we sort of recorded most of the tracks, Staff and me, just the two of us, and and
built it from there.
Yes.
Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing the new work. I know it'll be as brilliant as the old work. Absolutely. You have a great team. You have and you do great work.
Yes.
I'm going to play one more song, and then we're gonna have a final chat.
All right.
The song we've lined up is called Colors, If you'd like to share any kind of background or insight into that, we'd
Yes,
appreciate it.
that's about being a fugitive. I just at that time it was, I think, the start of the refugee flood, and I just got so sad thinking about all these people running away from home and then other people judging them, and I thought to myself, well, nobody leaves their home if they don't really have to. So this song is about that.
Wonderful. Well, we'll give it a play, folks. This is called Colours from the wonderful Fiona Brown. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
All right.
Imagine being my kind, trying to be safe from a blind eye. Cover your face, 'cause where we're going, there ain't no place for you to be showing off. You're gonna find where the current flows deeper and hiding. Still my colors show, keep on running till I find a place where all the colors fade away. Take you to the place where I was born, the same place where I was scorned, chased away by the faithful, filled with hatred and appraisal for the one who should love all and show mercy. You're gonna find me where the current flows deeper and hiding. Still my colors show, keep on running till I find a place where all the colors fade away into nothing, fade away to something. And wrong, gotta try to get home, never stop. But it's you that I will miss. You're gonna find me deeper in hiding. I keep on running until the colors fade. What am I running from? Under the searing sun. But I gotta run until the colors fade away. Fade away.
Gorgeous, powerful stuff. And there's the beautiful Gretch in
Yes,
her arms. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Absolutely.
it's quite
Yeah,
nice to see that song
Was that
again.
was that the
actually.
silver tone amp sound in that video? Do you remember? Was that the same amp? I wonder, because it's beautiful
No,
sound.
actually, no. Staff built me one, so
Right.
that's like my own personal one. Because I think the silver tone was broken then, and I sort of
Okay.
switched between the
It's just
two. But
amazing
the sound is nice, obviously. I
Yeah,
mean, not obviously
absolutely.
because of me, but obviously because of my husband. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Steph.
Hmm.
You are amazing. Check out Stiff Studios, folks. stiffstudio.com. Wonderful high-end studio in Antwerp.
Hmm.
Fiona, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you. I hope you're going to go out and get some of that sunshine, as I am now in a moment.
Yes.
I want to thank you very, very much for being here with us over the last hour. As always, the time flew.
It did, yes.
Yeah,
I was wondering whether we would have enough to talk about, but
you were.
wow.
No, we're well able to talk, apparently.
Apparently, yes. Thank you so much for having me. It was
Absolute
a pleasure.
And I hope lots of your friends will see this and share on the video later on. But we will see each other down the road and hopefully have maybe a song or a drink or both together in Antwerp when this dust
I do hope so.
settles. We will.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Fiona, and the very best of luck with everything you do. You're brilliant at what you do. So keep up the good work. That's all I can
Thank
say.
you.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.
There you go, folks. The wonderful and the lovely Fiona Brown. FionaBrown.com will give you all of her links. Great artist out of Antwerp. And really looking forward to a brand new album, which will be out sometime this year. If you're watching, again, just to remind you, please hit that subscribe button down there and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on YouTube, you won't miss a trick. I have lots of playlists on the channel. The RWRroom.com will give you all of that down there. So look, we'll see each other very soon. Take care of yourselves. See you next time on the next Raving with Rua. Bye bye.